We are up back for another game of men's dodgeball in the Super League here at St George's Park. This is Norwich Nighthawks versus Bedford Eagles. Near side of the camera, Bedford Eagles in all black. Far side, Norwich Nighthawks in all black, making the first hit on their wing on number 53, Gower. Single ball released at the wing, safely blocked, and then the ball passed across to Josiah to keep that man safe for Bedford Eagles. One ball in the middle, plenty of high pressure, but he gets hit out. But there's a ricochet catch. Well played, Haldenby. Plenty of pump fakes on the run up, looking like they're going to counter, but no, they're going to reset and take 3 balls, go for the 3-ball press. One ball released at the wing from the middle, safely blocked. Bedford Eagles into the ground, and a quick counter up the court, and then a huge leap, but no release from Norwich Nighthawks. Safe block by Briggs. Single ball released down the middle, nice little jump over there by Haldenby. Will it be the same again? No, it's a release from the side at the wing, and then a running counter at the ball, but a safe block on the backtrack. Running counter, breaks the block, manages to hit on the legs, and then a pre-throw from number 2, Josiah, also hitting out his man on the legs. And now it's Bedford Eagles with 2-ball release at the wing, but there's a fantastic lateral movement inside there before pressing up the court, deciding against making the counter. High ball, but Briggs just tucks his neck out of the way, doesn't want to get hit in the face there. Running counter from Skinner, hits the legs of Haldenby. And now they are 1 player down. Can Nighthawks turn this set around in the Dodgeball Super League? Pre-throw at the middle, but it's safely blocked, and then the cover shot does not make the mark. Running counter from Skinner for Norwich Nighthawks, unable to hit. And that is the set, and it finishes with 4 players on for Bedford Eagles, 3 for Norwich Nighthawks. So the points will go to Bedford Eagles, who are the near side of camera this half. The lineup for Norwich Nighthawks is Borley, Johnson, Meaden, Skinner, Smith, Todd and Whitley. Single ball release down the middle, nice little instep by Craven. Briggs can't believe he got hit, but yes, the referee's saying he did. Takes a walk to the outbox, and he gets commiserated by his ball retrieving friend there. Safe block, but it's back into the possession of Bedford Eagles. They look to do a 3-ball press. It's going to come from the left-hand side, just inside, then a running counter, but Haldenby is easy enough to get away from that. 2 balls released and a fantastic duck dodge. Single ball down the middle. Craven again using his laterals. Running counter at the ball. Oh, Skinner's been called out for Norwich Nighthawks, and 2 balls in at the wing. Fantastic movement inwards, and he manages to make a catch from that. Great play, Norwich Nighthawks. And the single ball once again in the middle for Bedford Eagles. Will they get another ricochet catch off the middle? Released up. It looked like it was propping up, but there was 2 men just standing with the ball, ready to make the hit if Josiah had decided to go for that catch. And so they've lost a player from that play. Bedford Eagles trying to bring it back. Craven running back down the court in the middle, getting himself safely to the back of the court. Nighthawks coming up with 3. 2 balls released at the wing, but it's a fantastic duck down by Gower. 2 balls released at the ball holder, and a hit in the bum. Oh, and a hit. It's gone underneath him, but the second one hits. Skinner comes up to collect and looks to make a catch. Dive off court. Oh my goodness, it's gone crazy, but at the end of that, Norwich Nighthawks have won. What a dramatic end to the set there. Players just scrambling to make the catch as the ball's bubbled up. All action here in the Men's Super League at St George's Park in Burton-on-Trent, the home of the England football team. The team sheet for Bedford Eagles, who are playing the near side of camera this half. Matthew Josiah, Tom Gower, Marcus Briggs, Lewis Howdenby, Jalen Gordon, Carnell Midder, Tom Wilkins, John Rudland, Matt Craven, and Harry Shadwell. Referees just taking a break to discuss what went on there. I imagine they will be looking to determine whether there was any dangerous play that occurred. Dodgeball's a non-contact sport, but there is that little part of the court in the middle which both teams can go in, and that's where 2 players were frantically trying to go for the ricochet catch. If you're new to the sport of dodgeball, these are the rules. You play for 3 minutes, and you do as many 3-minute sets as you can in the course of half an hour with 2 15-minute halves. You try and eliminate the entirety of the other team by hitting them out. That's making a direct hit with the dodgeball on a player in the other team from your half into their half. They are not allowed to exit the court or step on any of the lines surrounding the court. And if a catch is made, oh, that's good news if you make the catch, because not only do you get the player out who threw it, you get 1 player back in for your team, and that'll be the first player who was hit out for your team. Now what's happening is the referees are just explaining the decision they've made to the teams, and hopefully we'll be getting back underway with the action very shortly. That's right, you're watching Dodgeball here at St George's Park. It is Bedford Eagles versus Norwich Nighthawks. In the top flight of men's dodgeball. Norwich Nighthawks just surviving from relegation last season on the last day, and Bedford Eagles just getting promoted. They're eagerly awaited return into the top division after a couple of years out in League One. If you're interested in giving Dodgeball a go, you can check out the British Dodgeball website. There's a club finder on there, and you can find your nearest club, go along to a session and give it a go. It's super fun, would recommend. And there's also a load of resources on there as well if you're interested in becoming a coach or setting up your own club. That would be the place to visit. If you're watching on the stream now, you can give us a little comment, say who you're excited to see, who you're supporting today. And if you want to give me any feedback, I'm your commentator Brew, and you can drop me a message on X at BrewCousins. Feedback's welcomed. Yeah. Hopefully we'll be getting back underway. One thing John Rudland does love doing is chatting, and he's chatting to the refs to his heart's content, and I'd love to get the action back underway. Over on Court 2, we have another game in the Men's Super League. It is Nottingham Sheriffs versus Leamington Spartans. And that game is just about to get underway by the looks of things. And we have action on Courts 3 and 4 in the Women's Super League and Women's Division 1. If you want to watch the highlights from the last league meet, you've got your BT TV featured matches, and you've got some commentary in the Women's Super League clash from yours truly. That was a fantastic game between Bedford Eagles women's team and Derby Phantoms. Well worth a watch. Oh, we're seeing a yellow card here for Henry Skinner of Norwich Nighthawks. I guess that's for movement in towards another player, deemed as dangerous play. Not sure there was any malice in that, but that's the decision. And what we're probably going to see now is Norwich Nighthawks playing with 5 players, so that'll be a disadvantage for them and making it considerably easier for Bedford Eagles. There'll be a player up for the beginning of every frame. Let's go over the teams once more for you. Norwich Nighthawks, far side of the court, we've got Borley, Johnson, Meaden, Skinner, Smith, Todd and Whitley. Meanwhile for Bedford Eagles, they've got a bigger roster here, but there'll only be 6 players on court at once. They've got Josiah, Gower, Briggs, Haldenby, Gordon, Midder, Wilkins, Rudland, Craven and Shadwell. And it is Rudland who is still chatting to the ref in the middle, when it would be great if we could get going. Here we go then, ball's being reset in the middle of the court. Looks like we're about to get the 3rd set underway with the scores tied up. Each team has taken one set, so the score is 2-2. You get 2 points for winning a set, and 1 if you draw it. That would be done by having the same number of players left on at the end of the 3-minute period. But for now, score's 2-2. 1 yellow card to Norwich Nighthawks. They've got 5 players starting this frame, and it appears to be advantage to Bedford Eagles at this early stage in the game. Fast run off down the middle, but it's a disrupted pass back, so they're taking their time, Norwich Nighthawks, with the 3 balls, making a call, coming up, releasing 1, nice and high at Haldenby, who had jumped, but he just pulls his hand out of the way last second so as not to get caught fishing. A leap off court there by, I think it was Bowden for Norwich Nighthawks, looking to make the catch after he had been hit and it popped up. Single ball released down the wing, and Briggs presses up the court, looking a danger but not actually releasing. Cross court from Josiah, fast counter at the ball. Number 1 Haldenby blocks for Bedford Eagles. Early ball from Briggs is blocked on the wing by Norwich Nighthawks. And there's plenty balls being thrown at ball holders here. There was an early pre-throw from Josiah, but it was unable to hit the feet of his desired target. Meanwhile, Norwich Nighthawks did a cross-court shot, which also did not hit. So we're stuck at 6v4. Josiah pressing up the court, and for his troubles, gains his team 4 balls. A release on the back foot, not the best move, as he's given a lot of ball possession to the other team, and they're able to release multiple balls at the ball holder and successfully make a hit this time. Wilkins in the middle with the single ball for Bedford Eagles. He comes back, and 2 balls sail over their targets. Norwich Nighthawks scoring those balls high. Unable to connect, no hits. Almost looked like a push pass from the middle as a pre-throw came in at him, number 1 Haldenby, but there was a catch on the wing for Norwich Nighthawks, bringing in their first player out and making the score a little bit more respectable. They're 1 player down now in this 3rd set in the Men's Super League at St George's Park. Quite a cautious game so far, with lots of people targeting ball throwers, or ball holders rather. Free throw successfully hits on the right hand side for Bedford Eagles. And another hit from Wilkins on the right hand side, and that closes out the set. Bedford Eagles winning by having more players left on court at the end of the 3-minute period. So they kept their player advantage throughout the entire duration of that set and ended up winning by having a player advantage. I think it was a couple more players. Single ball released at Haldenby, but somehow manages to make a catch on the backtrack. Well done to number 1 for Bedford Eagles. Running counter, being pushed back, and a cross court from Josiah. Cover from his teammate Wilkins, and it's 6v4. Bedford Eagles up in the match and in this set. They're going to slow it down and take 4 balls. Play ball has been called, so they've got to release within 5 seconds. They release 2 at the ball. They make a hit and a cover shot hit, but the first hit bounced up in the air, and a catch was made by Norwich Nighthawks, and then he presses up the court and makes another hit on Haldenby. So now we're left with 3v3. Bit of a turnaround. Single ball hits the ground. That ball is dead. If the ball hits the ground, it can't count as a hit on anyone. Cautious approach. And a single ball released at the wing. Nice little hop over the ball from Wilkins. Briggs just staying too high up court there. And we're left with 2v2 in this battle of the bird teams. Norwich Nighthawks versus Bedford Eagles. They decide against the running counter, but it is on Norwich Nighthawks to play. And it's just one going nice and low on Craven, who blocks it into the ground, making the ball be dead and no hit upon him. Free throw in at Craven, looks to block it. And the burden once again on Norwich Nighthawks. They've got 3 balls. Will they release 1 or 2? Just 2 at Briggs, who does a sidestep and then looks to press up the court. Double counter, single ball blocked and the other one missed, and a running counter hits Briggs. Fantastic play from the Norwich Nighthawks winger. And a nice safe duck down. Craven looking to disguise his throw a little bit, but that's easily blocked. And fighting to the end. Well done Norwich Nighthawks, turning it around and getting themselves another set, drawing the match currently. Score at 4-4. Timeout called, so we'll have 1 minute pause in play. Nighthawks will be looking to make these sets go the distance, that is to say, to make them go up to the 3 minutes, because the longer they run, the more chance they have of getting back into it. Of course, they're going to be starting off each set 1 man down, thanks to the yellow card awarded to Skinner. They're really going to have to dig deep here if they want to survive this first half with a respectable scoreline. Maybe they can push on in the second half. Number 12 Gordon coming on for Bedford Eagles, and number 10 Midder, they're making an appearance. Nighthawks making a sub as well, but they still have just the 5 players. So they're 1 player down as we get this 5th set underway. Split jump by Briggs. Ball goes through his legs. Power throw from Gordon down the middle. Nice little leap from Wilkins, getting over the attacking ball there. And Josiah caught out on the right hand side, and Gordon hit on the toes, and it popped up and hit his teammate Wilkins. And there we go. And it's Skinner who's back in. He's served the punishment for the yellow card, and he comes back in for a catch, I think. Wow, have they somehow come out on top despite being a player down? This is incredible from Norwich Nighthawks. 1 minute left on the clock. They have a 2-player advantage. Single ball released cross court at Briggs. Hops to the side. Slow approach from Bedford Mighty Eagles. 2 balls released at the wing. And Norwich Nighthawks just say thank you very much. We'll take those balls, take the 4 balls, and we'll press up the court together, looking to put pressure on your winger. 2-ball attack on Haldenby. Left himself up a bit high, looking to be aggressive and perhaps protect his teammates, but he's got himself out. 2-ball attack on Briggs, who does a little hop to the side and manages to block it, just staying within the bounds of the court. Of course, if he touched the sidelines there, he should be out. Cross court from Briggs. High pressure from Briggs, early pre-throw. Few exchanges there, but nobody is near their targets, which means Norwich Nighthawks take that frame. All of these frames going to 3 minutes, but being won by the team with more players left on court at the end. So 2 points on the board for that set for Norwich Nighthawks, and we're into half-time. Norwich Nighthawks with a slender lead. The score is 6-4 to Norwich Nighthawks. Just a couple of minutes for half-time here at St George's Park in the Men's Super League. Then we'll be back to the action. We have Bedford Eagles versus Norwich Nighthawks. Norwich Nighthawks will be the near side for the second half, and they have a 1-frame lead going into the second half. The score 6-4 to Norwich Nighthawks. If you're enjoying the commentary, let us know in the chat. Sound off. Be heard. That yellow card in the first half has been served. The punishment of being down a player for, I think, 5 minutes. At which point in time, during a set, the player with the yellow can go back into the outbox and was, in fact, caught back in. So they actually did very well despite being a player down, and have somehow managed to finish the half on top. As we look to begin the second half, there'll be 15 more minutes of action here at St George's Park in the Men's Super League. Step over the ball from Gordon, getting out of the way of the shot from number 5. That's Meaden. Fantastic hop by Midder, and then a post throw coming in from Josiah, but there was a split of the legs from 47 Todd, and nobody is out. We still have 6v6. Single ball, nowhere near any target, and then a after throw from Josiah connects with number 5 for Norwich Nighthawks. That's B. Meaden now in the outbox. Referee's calling an exchange there, so Josiah actually hit out also, and it's 5v5 as he shakes his head and takes a slow walk to the outbox. Catch from Todd, and then a hit out, and that'll be his teammate number 5 back in, as well as one of the Bedford Eagles players should be going out to the outbox. duck from Meaden, a counter up the court and a fantastic hop over the throw from Wilkins and a dive down to the ground. Amazing stuff from your number 8 Johnson there, the captain of Norwich Nighthawks. High pressure from Wilkins when they got the one ball, and he looks to go super high, but he's got himself out, and in fact they managed to get out another player. Well done to Nighthawks in that exchange. High risk, high reward, but no reward for Bedford Eagles that time, and it looks like they're going to struggle to take the points this time around. Norwich Nighthawks going to have 3 balls, so the burden will be on them to throw. Gordon's placing the ball down. Is he just looking to catch now? They release one, it bounces on the ground before hitting him, so that's no hit. When a ball hits the ground, of course, that's dead. No hit on Gordon there. Single ball released, nice little sidestep inside out the way from number 36. And another single ball, low this time. Gordon releasing again. Nighthawks have 4, they release 4. And one hits nice and high. Solid stuff from Norwich Nighthawks. Big plays from their captain Johnson. But there's plenty of fight still in Bedford Eagles as they trail the match now 4-8. Skinner winning the runoff for Norwich Nighthawks. A fantastic early release, hitting the toes of Midder. Well done, Norwich Nighthawks. Number 3 there, Borley. Single ball released at the wing of Norwich Nighthawks, by Norwich Nighthawks at Bedford Eagles, sorry. Norwich Nighthawks, of course, near side this half. Running counter. Josiah spreads himself across the court on his way back. The throw doesn't come in at him. Cross court, safely blocked. High pressure from Briggs. Manages to actually hit out Meaden. Or he doesn't, maybe. Early pre-throw, and unfortunately for number 8 Johnson, he's released his ball over towards the other side. And because that ball was rolling along the ground, that's an invalid throw, and he is out. Just lost his balance when the pre-throw came in early in a desperate attempt to get out of the way. They need a little bit of calm, and that's what he's calling for on the box, from the box. 2 balls released at the wing. Slowly press up the court, but the call is made by his teammates. 4 balls, so they collect 4, and what are they going to do with it? They have Wilkins now on the side. He backs off and makes 1 block and dodges one by just stepping inside. Good play from Wilkins. Norwich Nighthawks with 3 now. Early pre-throw from Briggs, and then it's returned by Meaden. No hits though. Single ball in at the ground. Running counter by Briggs. Caught. Well played, 47 Todd. Brings back in his teammate and gets a little pat in appreciation. Early pre-throw from Skinner hits out Wilkins, and Gordon is out too. That's the end of that frame. And Norwich Nighthawks building some steam here in the second half. Whistle blows for the next set. Plenty of balls being released there, none hitting the mark. 6v6 still. Burden upon Bedford Eagles to throw. They've got 10 seconds to do so. They release 1. Oh, little hop out of the way from Skinner. Uses balance to stay within the bounds of the court. Single ball released cross court at Gower. Successfully blocked. And an after throw with the 2-step run up from Josiah. Makes its hit. Meanwhile, Meaden did try to exchange with him, however he got caught out. So big play from the number 2 for Bedford Eagles. Early pre-throw very high on 47. Soars over his head. Ball put into the ground, but a nice counter from Gower. Oh, that hit the ground also. And we're seeing another short counter from Josiah there. He's looking to release after pacing a few steps up the court. Midder jumps there, but he's well tracked by Todd, who hits him in the air. 5 players left on court for each team. Cross court from Josiah, nice and tricky. Running counter onto Gordon, who successfully blocks. Skinner pressing up the court, but Gordon makes him think twice, presses him back. Early pre-throw from Josiah again. And the first ball hit Gower on the right-hand side there by Norwich Nighthawks. Josiah hit out, putting himself into danger high up court that time. But it's an exchange. He manages to make the hit on Skinner, I think. Wilkins making a hit there to tie things up 3-3. Couple of fakes before releasing. Gordon making a hit on 47. Single ball released, and they're all going to counter the final player for Norwich Nighthawks, and he gets hit. Well done, Bedford Eagles, for taking that set. Can they find a way back in this match? The score now is 10-6 to the Nighthawks of Norwich. Calling a little team huddle there. Getting some tactical info on board, I'm sure. Must have also called a timeout, so we'll have 1 minute pause in play. If you're enjoying the action here at St George's Park in the Men's Super League, give us a little like on the stream. And if you're interested in getting involved in Dodgeball, you can find your nearest club by searching clubs on the British Dodgeball website. I would recommend checking out the highlights show for the first Super League meet. Yours truly was on women's show. The featured match was Derby Phantoms versus Bedford Eagles, and it was a fantastic display from Bedford Eagles, really making use of ball possession whenever they gained it. But their men's team here are struggling a wee bit. They managed to take the last frame, but they are losing. They're down by 2 frames in the second half at St George's Park in the Men's Super League. The score 10-6 to Norwich Nighthawks, who are the near side of camera with their backs to camera now. Oh, Gower caught on the back track, just handles the ball, even though he's going for the catch deliberately. That counts as a hit because he didn't make it. A little exchange there, but no hits made. The balls are thrown pretty low. Single ball down the middle from Gordon. Makes a hit on number 36 of Norwich Nighthawks. Cautious approach and a 2-ball attack from Bedford Eagles, hitting out number 47, Todd. Little high five between teammates, love to see that. Single ball released, and it's a spinner, but no hit. Gordon blocks the ball up. No, he doesn't block it. It actually hits him, but then his teammate catches it, and he brings back in the first player out. That's Gower for Bedford Eagles, coming back onto the pitch for that catch. And Eagles now have a 2-player advantage. Can they see out this set? Most of these sets going the distance, that is to say, running for 3 minutes and then going towards, well, points being awarded towards the team with the most players on at the end. Bedford Eagles with 4 balls. Will they release 2? 1-2. Nice little leap and sideways movement from number 28 Smith for Norwich Nighthawks. They've got a 3-ball press. Early pre-throw comes in. Single ball released down the middle, but Wilkins just sort of sidesteps, turns his body to the side, makes himself a smaller target. 1, 2, 3 balls released from Norwich Nighthawks. 0 balls left on their side now. And they could be under a bit of pressure here once Bedford Eagles collect all the balls. 1, 2, 3 balls hit Borley. And Bedford Eagles with 3 balls. It's a slow approach. They throw 2 at number 28. He's quick up the court. And a double counter on the same target. The hit was made by the captain, Johnson. They've come back 1 player, so they are 1 player down. 2 balls released, double counter, catch, and then out from the captain Johnson. So that's going to level it up. It's 2-2. 2 balls going to be released. No, just the 1. Can they make a hit now? Oh, desperate dive into the court. Saving the points at the last second for Norwich Nighthawks. Fantastic throw to the ground from number 28 Smith to tie up that frame, meaning the scores are 11-7 to Norwich Nighthawks. I think we've got 3 minutes left in the half. So we are 6v5. Bedford Eagles with 4 balls though. Can they make use of it? They released 2. There's a fantastic pancake on the ground by the captain Johnson. And there was 2 separate throws for 2 separate targets by Bedford Eagles. Perhaps they would have been better off targeting 1 player. They're 1 player down, and they've really got to push if they want to come back into this. Cautious approach from Norwich Nighthawks. Cower looking to make the catch and then desperately coming up the court to see if he can make a ricochet catch as it bounces up off him, but there's no luck there. Cross court from Bedford Eagles, unable to score. They've got 4 left on court now. 2 balls released. No hits made. Just over a minute left to play here at St George's Park. Will Norwich Nighthawks close it out with a final win? Nice ball retrieving from Midder there, saving his team the possession. They're going to have 3 balls, and Johnson calling himself out for something there. Did not quite catch that one. 5v4, and a hit made on 47, despite him doing his best to tuck his way behind his teammate number 3. And that's going to be me out because my team is starting on the second court. See you later. Hope you enjoy the dodgeball.